to today's little Tidbit Tuesday video. As you can see, it's a little bit different from the Tuesday videos that I've been doing recently because you are not seeing my face right now. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys all about this awesome little variety bundle that we have coming available at the beginning of November. But before we jump into looking at all the products, I just wanted to mention, make sure you guys are subscribed, following me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, all of that good stuff so that you're keeping up and you know what's going on. I'm going to be doing some giveaways soon over on socials because I have some stamp sets that I've had and they've been sitting around. So make sure that you are following me over there, subscribe to YouTube so you don't miss any videos, and also make sure that you have my website and my shopping page so that when you guys see something that you want, you can just jump over there and grab it and you're all ready to go to start shopping. So if you have any questions, I'm always available and I'd love to help you out. But let's start talking about these new products. So coming in our next mini catalog, so once our holiday catalog is over, we'll be jumping into our next mini catalog, which goes from January to June. And in that catalog, we actually are going to be having this Quite Curvy bundle, which is the Quite Curvy stamp set and the Curvy dies. Stampin' Up! Has decided to come early and release this kind of like variety bundle, which includes this stamp set. So you can actually get it in on this this bundle prior to it actually being available in a catalog, which I think is really, really, really cool. So you can get these, like I said, in a bundle. There's also this Curvy Christmas stamp set that coordinates with these Curvy dies, and then there's some designer series paper that they're throwing in as, like, I'm calling it a mini suite. It's not totally comparable to like our normal suites in the catalogs because there's not that like embellishment element or like an embossing folder or some of those extra little goodies that normally come with our suites. So I'm calling this like a mini suite of products that are going to coordinate together, and you can get your hands on them earlier than anticipated. So I'm really excited to show you guys. So like I said, it is these two stamp sets, some dies, and some designer series paper. I have this flyer over here that I'm going to show you guys because I think it shows you a bit better what the stamp sets look like and the dies and whatnot. And then I'll show you the designer series paper right after we look at this little flyer. So like I was saying, to start out, you have this Quite Curvy bundle. And so this will be available as a bundle. So it is the Quite Curvy stamp set and the Curvy dies, and the bundle will be available for $41.25. I didn't mention this will be available starting November 3rd. If you are a demonstrator or want to become a demonstrator prior to that, you can absolutely order this today and get this in your hot little hands if you're interested. So definitely let me know if you are interested in that if you're not already a demonstrator. But like I said, so the first is the Quite Curvy bundle. And again, this bundle will be in the new mini catalog that will be coming, that will be launching in January. But if you want it before, you can get it in this awesome little bundle. And then, oh yeah, that's what I was going to show you guys. So I wanted to just kind of point out a couple of my favorite images. So I really, really, really like these little birds. I didn't use them in the sample projects that I'm going to show you guys today. I do have an idea, so I may just do a whole video on that using these little birds, but they are so adorably cute. And these sentiments are awesome, and they don't have to be with this like curvy kind of thing, right? This made with love just for you, hello, even all of the other ones that have a little bit of a curve to them, they don't have to be used in that way. They'll work perfectly in any occasion. And then you have all of these awesome dies. So you have a few dies that cut out some of the images, and then you have these like borders. So I'll show you a project that I did with the dots. This one is really cool. It's kind of like a I don't even know how you describe it. It's got kind of like it's not floral, but it's got like a whimsical kind of look to it. And then you have some leaves here. So really, really, really nice functional dies that you can use outside of just with this stamp set. Then to get into kind of like the holiday season right now, we have this Curvy Christmas stamp set, and I can just tell you I'm obsessed with it. I absolutely love it. I think it's phenomenal. I'll show you one of the cards that I made is like my favorite card that I've made in at least a few weeks. I was going to say in a long time. It's probably in the last few weeks, but I absolutely love this. I think it's gorgeous, and again, you can use those dies and it'll work really nicely together, but you don't have to use the dies. This stamp set is going to be beautiful on its own. This stamp set will be $21, and then we also have this designer series paper that is $11.50. It is a 6x6 stack, so it's really cool, and I'll show you guys the sheets here in a second, just a little more up close and personal. And then the really, really cool thing is if you want to get all of those things, so all 4 products, you can do this larger bundle, and that's why I'm saying it's kind of like a mini suite. You can do this in this larger bundle, and it gives you a 10% discount, which is really nice. And so if you did the large bundle, it's $70.50, but it's totally worth it. It's actually, these are super, super versatile stamp sets. So I just wanted to kind of run through with you guys all of the products that come in this and the pricing and stuff, just so you guys have an idea, since it won't be in an actual catalog. I just wanted to make sure that you guys had some information on what that was actually going to be. So to show you guys the designer series paper now. So basically there are 4 designs, these 4 designs, and here, let me zoom out just a smidge. So you have this really cool like leaf pattern. It's kind of like, it's not pine, it's kind of like holly maybe. No, not holly either. I don't know what this is, but it's it's this nice, really pretty leaf pattern. And then on the back you have stars. You then have this really cool like plaid. It's kind of like, it's not really gingham, I don't think. It's just kind of like a squares and lines and stuff. And then on the back you just have some really nice stripes. You then have dots, these little tiny dots, and they can kind of look like snow, which I think is cool. And then on the back is where you have your pine and like holly berries. And then the last one is the pine trees, and then on the back you have this like diagonal crisscross diamond pattern. So you get, those are all 4 of the designs. Well, technically 8 designs, right? Because they're double-sided. And so it's those same designs in green, which, let me see what green we have. This is shaded spruce. And then you also get those same designs in cherry cobbler. And then you have the same designs in Sahara sand. So it's really, really nice. It's really versatile. Obviously, the red and the green scream Christmas, but they don't have to. I mean, you could absolutely use these for anything, obviously. But I really like that they threw in a neutral with Sahara sand, because it gives you a lot more versatility. I think you could absolutely use like, especially this pattern is like one of my favorites. You could use this for anything, really. So that's the designer series paper. You get, how many sheets total? Does it say in here? It probably says somewhere in some of the stuff that I have. It is, so you get 48 sheets for each of each design. So 48 sheets total. So really, really nice. It's just our standard 6x6 packs. So again, I love the designer series paper, and I love that they bundled the stuff together. And so they all come in one little package for you if that is what you're looking for. So that is the designer series paper. And then the last thing that I want to do, I'm not going to go into a tutorial on how I made these. I don't know that I will do video tutorials or a tutorial on my blog post for any of these, but I wanted to play around with this and just show you guys some of the things that you can do with these products, and just kind of get your brain thinking and get those creative juices flowing, some inspiration for you guys on what you could actually do with these stamp sets and the stamp sets, the dies, and the paper. So I actually will start with this one. I shared this project over on my social media just a couple days ago, late last week. I love this. I knew as soon as I saw these little stars, so the stamp in the background, this one here is done on basic black and with gold embossing powder, and that is in the Curvy Christmas, so it's this one right here. I just used my Stamparatus, and I just moved my piece of cardstock down as I stamped. It was really easy to do, only took maybe 10 minutes, and then I'd stamp, and I embossed each row individually just so I didn't mess things up. You could probably do it in like bigger batches. I just thought I was going to mess it up, so I didn't want to. And once you emboss, it helps you kind of line things up so you can get that nice, really pretty flow. But I really, really like it. It's gorgeous. I love it. This is the, what is this? It's like the metallics. It's the metallic paper that's in the holiday mini right now. Let's see. Brushed metal cardstock. That's what it is. And then this is from the Stitched Stars, I think, dies. super fun, super easy, honestly, and I think it just gives such a pretty look and a huge impact. Now, I obviously wanted to use a stamp that was in one of these stamp sets, but you could do something else that has like "you're a star" or "way to go" or like "congratulations" or something like that. That would be really pretty with this also. So that's just one thing, totally not Christmas related, but it's using that Curvy Christmas stamp set and doing something non-Christmas, which I really wanted to try to see what exactly I could come up with that. So that's the first one. We'll do this one next. So this next one is also primarily using the Curvy Christmas. And this is using some of that designer series paper. So I really wanted to go with like that neutral kind of look. And so I did the Sahara Sand, the like snow looking one. And then I did, I want to say this is, I don't remember what color I used for this. Gosh, why can't I think of what it was? Anyway, I'll pop it on the screen or something. But I did that as the background, and you can't actually see, but I actually did this whole piece is the blue cardstock. Sorry, that's really going to bother me. What color is that? Why can't I think of what color that is? Hang on, y'all. Coastal Cabana. Phew. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. It's Coastal Cabana. I used some craft ink over here, and that piece of Coastal Cabana is actually this entire like height and width. And then I used the dies, and I just did each side of the die to get like a curve here and a curve here, and I used this tree stamp in the Curvy Christmas to get those Christmas trees in, or those pine trees in there, and it's just super cute. I really like this one, and it's so easy to do. It really doesn't take long at all, and you can whip these out in no time. Next, let's look at this one. So this one I really used the dies, and like I was saying, I was going to show you guys one that I use the dot kind of thing. So I'll put this here so you can see the dots are totally empty. And all I did was I started with a normal size card base, and then I used that die, and I cut it out. This is Pretty Peacock, I believe, cardstock. I then did this basically the same thing with my piece of Whisper White, and I stamped it there. I shrunk it down just a little bit, and so one tip here for you guys is I did the card base first. So I did the Pretty Peacock piece first, and then I cut down my piece of Whisper White to the width that I wanted, this going this way, and then I just lined it up, and I just inched it up just a bit so I could see the curve here. And then I placed my die so that they kind of went together, because you can't just place your die. You can't just die cut it, right? You have to kind of strategically place it on there based on the width of your paper. And so that's just kind of how I did it. It sounds way more complicated than it actually is. It's actually not that difficult to do. I wanted to keep it really simple because I then put a piece of this designer series paper inside the card so that when it's closed, you really have that big contrast there. And so I wanted the Whisper White to be pretty blank and just have the sentiment on it. And then inside, I put a piece of Whisper White so that you could write your greeting or whatever you wanted to on the inside of the card. So super easy, really fun to do. Again, this one, it took all of 5 minutes, I think, from start to finish. It's so easy to do, and I really think that the curve here on the edge just gives it that something extra special that I really like. And then the last one, which is my favorite, I kind of showed you guys a second ago. This one is my absolute favorite. This again is primarily using the Curvy Christmas, but the second I saw this stamp right here, I knew I needed to try to make a wreath. I knew I needed to try. I wasn't sure how it was going to work, but I knew I needed to try to make a wreath because it just, as soon as I saw it, like I said, it just clicked in my mind, and I knew that's what I was going to do. So I will move these up a bit. To just kind of run you through really quickly, what I did is I just took a circle die. I think I just had my stitch shapes laying out when I was doing this, and so I just used one of those, and I just traced it with a pencil. You may be able to even see a little bit, some little tiny pencil lines in here. And then I just took that stamp and I stamped it all around. I think I used garden green and maybe old olive or maybe pear pizzazz. I don't 100% remember. I'm very sorry. And then I just stamped them all around. And then there are these little stars that are also in the Curvy Christmas. And so I thought it needed something. So then I used cherry cobbler and just put some stars in the wreath. And I think it's gorgeous. If I were to do this again, the only thing that I would do differently is I would make it a little fuller. So I think the wreath just, I don't like how much white space there is in the center. So I would probably make it a little bit fuller. But other than that, I really like the way that it turned out. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I used, what is this ribbon? Guys, see, I wasn't even going to go into like all of the products and stuff that I used for all of these cards. I was just going to show you guys. So that's why I didn't write any of this down. This is the Real Red sheer ribbon that is also in the holiday mini right now. It's one of my favorites. And then I use the Thinking of You at Christmas, also from the Curvy Christmas. And this is just a good example. You can see that it has that bit of a curve to it, but you could absolutely use it without using it with the dies and without another curved element. And it looks really, really nice. I really like how it looks. And then, like I said, this checkered pattern, this designer series paper, is my favorite pattern of all of them. And the red, I think, just really helps make this card pop. So I hope you guys liked that. I know it was a little bit of a longer kind of rambly video, and it's not just like a normal tutorial video like I show you guys, but I wanted to just show you the possibilities and what you could do with the products in this little bundle. And so I really hope you enjoy. Again, all of these will be available November 3rd. Unless you're a demonstrator or become a demonstrator prior to that, then you can get it prior. But that's also just right around the corner. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's project. And as always, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!